Hello, I'm Diamond. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I posted a video like this. The last one was about Power Rangers, and it seems like everybody liked it, but I will make another Power Rangers video. I really will. But right now, I want to make this video. The theme of today's video is Lex Luthor, the biggest hater. Why is he the biggest hater? I'll tell you right now. He just is. That was a joke. That was a bad joke. But first, let's start with the disclaimer. This video primarily uses evidence from the 2025 film Superman, directed by James Gunn. While I do consume other forms of Superman media, I simply don't use most of them here. I'm mostly talking about the movie, the new one. So, yeah, please don't try to, check me in the comments or anything. I'm talking about the movie, guys. Just the movie. Disclaimer 2. I will be talking about a lot of spoilers from the movie, so if you haven't seen it, don't watch this video. Now, let's start with the inspiration for this video. I saw a tweet a while ago that said Lex Luthor was really just a hater in that movie, and it sent me on a deep dive. I had to really think about it. And yes, he was hating. He was a big hater. He hated Superman so bad he did so many things. Actually, he hated more than just Superman, but he really hated Superman. Let's get into all the things that Lex Luthor did just because he didn't like something about it. I might even start a hater counter in the corner. I think that'd be funny. One thing he did, he killed that poor man just for talking to Superman. Um yeah, that man, I forgot his name. I'll probably find it, put it here. Oh, he did he gave Superman food. He gave Superman food. And he made sure he was okay when, he was thrown into that crater. And Lex Luthor nabbed him and used him to try and get Superman to reveal secrets and whatever. And then not only did he kill that man, but he was trying to play Russian roulette with him. One bullet in the chamber, spin it, pull the trigger. That's just cruel. That's and that man had to be like, "It's okay, Superman. I don't have a family." He did have a family. Yes, he did. He did. He didn't need to die. Lex Luthor, that's on you. He did not need to die. And speaking of this little Russian roulette game that Mr. Lex wanted to play, it took place in his own personal pocket dimension. Do you understand? He had so much money and researchers and scientists. He found a pocket dimension. And what did he do with that pocket dimension? He created his own personal prison. And you would think, right? Now, a normal person, if they had their own prison, you think, oh, there's two people in there, or actual criminals. No, these are just people that he doesn't like. He had his ex-girlfriend in there. Crazy. That's real crazy. Cause it was genuinely just everybody he didn't like, or wanted out of the eye of the public for some whatever reason. Like it's crazy. The first thing you do with the pocket dimension is make your own prison, and you put your ex-girlfriend in there. Yeah, something's wrong with that guy. So it has to be. That's hating. He's a hater. He's a hater. He's a hater. He didn't want them being great. That's all it was. Metamorpho, why was he in there? Why was he in there with the baby? Why was the baby threatened to be killed? I don't get it, but whatever. Now, as a hater, of course Lex has to have his number one op. His number one op is Superman. The only guy in the world who really hated well, let me not say that. But, the most powerful hater of Superman in the world. He hated Superman so much, he created a clone of him using a tiny drop of Superman's DNA. He used it to create a clone that could defeat him. He figured out how to clone Superman out of a tiny drop of DNA so that he could defeat Superman. That's ridiculous. That's a waste of his billions of dollars. Actually, yeah, that's a waste of his billion. Why does he have so much money? Whatever. Now, what did he do with this clone, you may ask? Oh, he just sent the clone to beat up Superman. No, no, he didn't. No, that's not what he did. The first thing he did was frame Superman for causing an international uh, affairs incident. So Lex Luthor made it seem like Superman was causing conflicts between two countries when Lex Luthor was the one behind it all. And he somehow got the internet to blame it on Superman. Uh, Now, side note, this conflict between these two countries in the movie, it was basically the Israel-Palestine situation, but we'll talk about that another day. And not to say that Superman didn't get involved at all, but he got involved in the sense of saving some people that were close to death. These countries were at war. He saved some people that were close to death. He wasn't trying to control the country or, make it seem like the other one was bad. He never did anything like that. Superman doesn't talk about that stuff. He was there saving people. That's his job. That's what he does. He's Superman. Honestly, Lex Luthor being behind it was a shock to me. I wasn't expecting that because he had cut a deal with the president of the stronger country. Um, and if the stronger country were to obtain the smaller country's land, Lex Luthor would have got his own tiny country out of that land. Imagine that. Imagine that. Him with his own country? Ridiculous. On top of framing him for international conflicts, Lex Luthor also started a hate train online for Superman. He was behind most of the hate comments online for Superman. And Superman did in fact read these comments.
Hashtag super shit.
And was annoyed because wouldn't you also be annoyed if you got hate comments online when you were out here saving the world, risking your life for these people, and you got hate comments like these? Yeah, right. Another one of Lex Luthor's goals was, just to destroy Superman's life overall. So, of course, he had to find his secret lair, the Fortress of Solitude, and enter and destroy it. And while destroying it, steal his dog, which wasn't his dog, it was his cousin's dog. But still, you stole his dog, you destroy his robots, mess up his whole fortress, and then you take his dog. And then Superman confronted Lex about taking the dog, and Lex was really looking at him like, "What dog? You were stressing Superman out. Where's the dog? Where was the dog? In the pocket dimension prison. Remember that? Yeah. Crazy stuff, really. Crazy stuff. Also, he found his weakness. Um, I'm pretty sure that Lex went out of his way to figure out what Superman's weakness is because there's only one, kryptonite. And how would you know about that? How would you know about that? He also took a video from the fortress of Superman's parents, the only video he had left of his parents, the ones that died before he came to Earth, and made it seem like Superman was trying to take over the world because that's what his parents said. But, Superman never said that. He's just out here, helping people like he always does. But, whatever, whatever, whatever. If Lex wasn't already trying to ruin Superman's image as a whole, um, that would make this shocking. But it's not. He did, in fact, have multiple plans to kill Superman. He had several ways that he could do it. He's tried before, probably. He had a whole clone made to fight him. But He had fake superheroes ready to replace Superman so that he could control it. He's a hating man. He's a hating man. He really didn't like Superman. And the cherry on top, the very, very cherry on top, was the entire 1A scene. If you have not seen the scene, well, if you saw the movie, you would have seen it. But basically, in the 1A scene, Lex Luthor uses his clone. He gave the most villainous speech I've heard in a minute about how he's a genius and he's mad that people would rather um, worship this alien from outer space that isn't even human than a real life human in front of their eyes who's a genius. And he has this system for the clone with several moves to defeat Superman. This goes into his several ways to kill Superman plan. And all of these moves, it's different things. It's like a kick to the stomach, it's like a fly up and throw him down, it's all kinds of things. But the very first move on the list is 1A. It's several moves, and Lex has them all memorized, by the way, top of his head. But what really baffles me, what really makes you see that he does not like Superman, he hates Superman, is that the first move on the list, 1A, is a single punch to the face.
1A! 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 1A!
Now, if I were coming up with a fighting curriculum of some sort, I don't think my first move would be a punch to the face. Maybe like a kick or like a throw, something to overtake the person. But Lex just really does it. He really wanted, like, the first move that he thought of off the dome was a single punch to the face. He does not like Superman at all. He hates that guy. At the end of the day, Superman was just a guy. Superman is an alien who just wants to, help the people that took him in. Help the people of Earth that took him in when he was a baby. His planet was destroyed. He was lost. He was an orphan. And Lex Luthor doesn't care about that. He just sees Superman as an alien that needs to go. An alien that's brainwashing the people of Earth, an alien that doesn't need to be here. And Lex Luthor used all his funds, all his billions, to try and make that happen. He didn't win. He hasn't won yet. Not in this movie, at least. But yeah, those are all my reasons why Lex Luthor was a hating man, especially in that movie. He's also a hater in the comics, but this movie he was really on top of it. He wasn't playing about his hating ways. Now, you're probably wondering, Diamond, why do you care that he's a hater? It's not it's not that I care. It's that I was once a hater too. In my past several years ago, I'd be on the internet reading something about a fandom I really like, show or a book or whatever it is. And if they said something I really didn't like, I'd get in the comments and start hating. And once I hated a little too hard, and I got a long, lengthy, heavily worded DM from a creator. And I felt really bad. So I kind of had to change my ways. I had to change my hating ways a little bit. And be a better person since then. Yeah. So this is my sign. Calm down on the hating, guys. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes we just need to talk to ourselves and leave it alone. Don't be like Lex. Don't be like Lex. He's too much. Don't be like him. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be more to come. Thank you. Bye.